Hello, I've been tagged by Steve, the Crafty Veggie, to give the 7 YouTube questions, or not to give the questions, to give the answers to the 7 YouTube questions. Crafty Veggie, brilliant channel. If you haven't seen him, go and have a look at him. He's brilliant. Brilliant wildlife photography and film. Very good channel. Right, question 1. Why did you start your YouTube channel? I started my YouTube channel basically because I saw everybody on YouTube doing the same sort of things I was doing, and I thought I could do that. I did get a little bit I wanted something that was a bit of an antidote to all the bannock and fire lighting and camp building and just the plain hiking type of videos. So I thought I'd change them around a little bit, put some music to it, make them so you didn't really have to think about anything, just watch them and enjoy them. Question 2, how long have you been doing YouTube? I've been doing YouTube roughly around about 2.5 years now. My early films were pretty awful. Hopefully my newer films are better. But you know, it's something I wanted to try, and I've taken it from there. Question 3, how did you come up with your name? I didn't actually come up with a name as such. The name is a real name of a real person that existed. Down in West Cornwall there's a stone called the Men Scriffer, and on the stone is written Riel O'Bran Map Cynefal, which means Riel O'Bran, son of Cynefal. The only thing I've had to change is the spelling. I've added an H to the name. The real O'Bran was RIALBRAN, but somebody had already taken that on YouTube, so I put it into small case and added the H. Do you use a thumbnail? No, not really. The thumbnail I use is the standard YouTube one, the choice of 3 that they give you. I just pick the best one of those. Do you use intros and outros? If you would call my title that I always put in front of my films the intro, then I suppose I do, yes. It's just a black screen with white words that sort of slowly come up with the name of the film. As for an outro, it's just a stock 10-second piece that I use with "thanks for watching" written on it. Question 6, what camera do you use? If you've been watching recently or watched a Wiltshire recently, you would have seen that I've lost my camcorder on the moors. Not that I used it an awful lot, not since Christmas anyway. So probably 20% of the films that I have been making since Christmas I was making with the camcorder, and the other 80% were on this camera that I'm using now, which is an ISO Edge, which is a sort of sports type camera similar to a GoPro. I personally think it's just as good as the GoPro, or very close to as good as a GoPro, just not quite as expensive. And question 7, when will you quit? I've got no intention of quitting just yet. There's a channel that I really like, and I really sort of suggest that you go and watch it. It's called the Y Explorer, and what the Y Explorer does is he goes to the catchment of the River Wye and walks along the tributaries, brooks, the streams, the rivers that run into the River Wye. Totally independently, before I'd even come across his channel, totally independently, I had already decided to do something very similar with the Tamar river on the Devon and Cornwall border. It's a river full of history. It's one of the oldest boundaries anywhere in the world, and it's got quite a large catchment area. At the moment, I've not really touched very much of it. Most of my films will include a stream, a river, a brook, even a bog that will eventually run into the Tamar River. So, to be honest, I'm never going to finish it in my lifetime. So that's why that's basically the story behind my films, and I'm very, very unlikely to be quitting anytime soon. Right, at this point, I'm supposed to tag 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever people into this to get their questions, or sorry, get their answers. I keep saying questions. I've got a thing about questions. Right, so I'm choosing Cornish Boy with a channel named My Bushcraft Adventure. You'll hear a little bit of Cornish spoken by him when he starts his videos. He always introduces himself in Cornish. Not got too many subscribers, not very long on the scene, so it'd be good if you go over and give him a look. So My Bushcraft Adventure, if you could please answer these questions. The questions I will put in the description box below. Secondly is my possibly, in fact I think it is, my favourite foreign YouTube channel, and that's Nibbymox. He's a gentleman, I don't think he'll mind me saying, of mature years, over in Minnesota. He goes out on the boundary waters in his canoe, and brilliant. He is an absolutely fantastic filmmaker, and he's an absolutely fantastic cameraman, photographer. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And my third choice is another chap over across the pond, this time in Canada, and that's Nick Harland. Now, Nick makes films that probably only really appeal to people like myself. He basically does canoe journeys down some absolutely awesome rivers in Canada, some absolutely awesome scenery, brilliantly filmed. He does do a little bit of talking on the way, but mostly it's just the film and the awesome scenery. It's really, really good. Anyway, I'd like to thank Steve for putting me on the spot like this. As you know, I don't normally talk in my videos. In fact, you won't ever see my face again. Get prepared to just keep seeing my back. It's much more, by far, the prettiest part of me. So that's it. I think that's it indeed. Yeah, proper job. Right. So if you three could put them up, if you haven't already done that, that'd be very much obliged. And I'll catch you all on my next film, or you'll catch my back. Normal transmission may be resumed. Thank you.